networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
Yeah, man. And I just, like it makes you wonder, and that's one of the things, man. How do you stay solid when you start out and you create something? You start out with the best intentions in the world to feed the people, the correct narrative, not some bullshit narrative. You want to give the people the best. You want people to know. You want people to be educated, and then it's like somewhere down the line things change. Is that due to money, you being bought off? Is that due to, like, what is it? I mean, because I hear a lot of stuff and I hear a lot of people talk about different things, and I've heard a lot of people, oh, poor Ukraine, this isn't right, and this and this and this and that. And it's like, okay, well, do you guys actually know what the fuck's going on? Or are you just listening to the propaganda that they're feeding you on, CNN and Fox and all this other shit? It's just, I don't know, bro. You know, I I don't know. I actually thought they were a good news network, to watch that covers, international leadership and powers, and things of that nature. And it's like now, it's like, man, I gotta question all the shit that I've watched, the videos of them that I've watched, from
Even
democracy
all
now.
back in the days, because every time and that's what I be telling people. If your philosophy hasn't changed in years, then you haven't grown in years, bruh. You know, when you get exposed to new data, new information, and your perspective should change. You know what I'm saying? You should allow that new information in. So, and yeah, and the way I thought when I watched like Obama speeches, the way my brain was working back then was totally different. I can watch an Obama speech now, and now I'm cringing.
Yeah.
Let
We
me play
weep when
this.
we see images of men, women, and children wounded or killed. We regret any human suffering and we mourn any loss of human life. But we cannot and we must not allow our compassion to blind us to reason and common sense. Because this won't be like any entanglement America has ever entered into before. A potential war with Russia is not comparable to Iraq or Afghanistan. This is an 8-year-long smoldering conflict in which peace agreements have been routinely violated by both sides. It concerns a country in which Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and Mitt Romney have direct financial interest. A country which government only exists because of the Obama State Department helped to overthrow the previous regime.
Damn.
The ugly truth is that America is in no shape to throw herself into another foreign conflict.
She dropping
We
gems.
weep when we see images of men,
I'm gonna let that
women,
play
and
again.
children wounded or killed. We regret any human suffering and we
That's why you
mourn
shouldn't
any loss
judge
of
people.
human life.
I
But we
guess she's reading
cannot
the
and we must
teleprompter,
not allow
but
our
she's still
compassion
saying
to
these
blind
words.
us to reason and common sense. Because this won't be like any entanglement America has ever entered into before. A potential war with Russia is not comparable to Iraq or Afghanistan. This is an 8-year-long smoldering conflict in which peace agreements have been routinely violated by both sides. It concerns a country in which Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and Mitt Romney have direct financial interest. A country which government only exists because of the Obama State Department helped to overthrow the previous regime. The ugly truth is that America is in no shape to throw herself into another foreign conflict. We weep
Man,
when we see
she
images
dropped
of
jewel
men,
after
women, and
jewel right
children
there,
wounded or
y'all.
killed. We regret
Who that
any
is, bro?
human.
I'm driving, so I
That's
can't really.
that's Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know, she's considered crazy. She's a bit of a Trumper. I don't agree with her most of the time. I don't agree with her. But I don't think there was a line she said in this clip that I disagree with. I don't think there was a line in this clip I disagree with. And also I think that was very concise. Um, uh, like take on pretty much what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Better than the media is doing. She gave a good little overall gist of the situation that was pretty fucking accurate.
Uh-huh.
And I agree with her sentiment on it. Wow. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She says addresses the nation. That bitch keep talking like that. She liable to be president. The
Yeah.
thing is, we got a female president coming, y'all. Now, what did you think about her comments?
Shit. Her comments of any fuck, what am I trying to say? Anybody that has paid attention, anybody what am I trying to say? I can't even think of the word.
Yeah, there you go.
What's up, JT? Turn the TV down some.
Uh, was discussing.
Anybody anybody that understands, bro, that truly pays attention, you know what I'm saying? And anybody that thinks beyond the narrative that they're trying to get, if you're a critical thinker, you can think for yourself, you know, and you follow the shit like dog, like she was fucking spot on, dude. You
And
know,
that's
but
it,
to hear like people growing is also good too, because like I heard you say, oh yeah, she was a Trumper, and I don't agree with a lot of shit she say, but it's just the fact of you growing, dog. Like look at for years, you know what I'm saying? How fucking lost we were, and we just followed whoever, you know. It was like, okay, we're gonna follow Obama because he's the man. That
and that's
motherfucker
but
led us down a
but
rabbit hole.
But that's the point I want to make, though. Regardless of what party they're from, like she's a Republican. Maybe I don't agree with Republicans, maybe I don't even stand for the policies and stuff that she fights for. But those words she said today, hey, I'm standing on that square. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah,
I think that's the thing that we need to try to do is stop being stuck in this dogmas, you know what I'm saying? These cultish way of thinking where Republican or Democrat or libertarianism, liberalism, conservatism, whatever the fuck, communism, socialism, whatever those fucking isms you want to fucking call, when you hear someone talking and that words make sense, then you need to be paying attention to the words, not like the color of their skin or what country they come from or if they have an accent. All of that shit is beside the point. What the fuck are they saying? You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
what we do is we be like, oh, he's a Republican, so he's just saying it because of that, or he's a Democrat because he's just saying that because of that. Oh, he's not even from here, or he's African American, or he's Jewish, or whatever you want to say. And you're like, that's the reason why they're saying what they're saying. So I can't, or whatever. Like I'm a Democrat, so I can't listen to no Republican. I'm a Republican, I can't listen to no Democrat. I'm a conservative, I can't listen to no liberal. I'm a liberal, I can't listen to no conservative. You get what I'm saying? So then we just
yeah,
cut off our ears, and then we have our algorithm and we have our bubble, and all the information that we get is gonna, subscribe to our philosophy that we have already, and it's not going to stretch that at all. And all you're just gonna be getting is this feedback loop that keeps you in the same bubble and reassuring that what you're saying is right.
yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. Hey man, I wanted to ask you. I know this kind of off topic, but how can you hear me tonight?
You
Do I
sound
sound
good.
way?
You
I sound
sound
better than what I normally do.
Yeah, you sound way better. You bought a new
Oh
mic?
yeah, I bought a new headset. I bought one of those blue parrots like what Pat be using on the truck. It's a it's a headset for semi truck drivers.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to both of y'all about that. So if you talk to Pat before I do, like I would like, because I've been spending a lot of money on this show, y'all. I don't want to tell you how much money I've been spending. You be surprised. But what I would like, I want the show to continue to improve, bruh. And
Yeah,
what I would like is like whenever we're talking like it, because when it be breaking up, I'll be losing my audience, and they fall off. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was
Yeah,
telling me about like a mobile hotspot that you can pay for, like it's a Wi-Fi or internet boost for your phone to
yeah,
give
you
your
can buy it. Yeah, you can buy it for your phone. It's if you look it up, I want to say it's called WeBoost. You can buy, but they also have the one for your house. They have
yeah,
the one that's for your house that increases the Wi-Fi signal strength, or basically the one for your cell phone increases the signal strength. Like say for if you're in a distance from the cellular tower, it
right.
increases the strength. So they have one for
And that's what I want to
Wi-Fi
ask.
in the home that increases the signal of your Wi-Fi in your home, gives it a lot stronger signal.
And that's what I want to ask y'all to invest in the show by buying that for yourself. Because when y'all be on the road, both of y'all,
Mhm.
um, yeah, depending on where y'all at, because even when because you be moving most of the time, so you be moving in and out of fucking cell towers. Because sometimes you be real strong, and then you'll start breaking up, and it probably be because you be in between towers, and then you'll be strong again. But Pat, when he parks, sometimes he wherever he's parking at, it be maybe it's between towers or whatever, and he's not. It depends on where, because some nights he has good signal, and some nights he doesn't. So I want to ask both of y'all to invest in that for me, man, so we can improve the show. So whenever y'all are on here, y'all have that Wi-Fi boost, and y'all can use that too on your own when y'all not on the show. I mean, it won't just be for the show, but it'll
Yeah,
help improve the quality of the show if y'all not
for
dropping out so much when we're
yeah,
talking.
yeah. For him, I know for a fact for him it'll work because he owns his truck. The thing with me, I would have to because I would have to get it mounted to the truck, and I work. My company is like extremely about
So you
safety,
can't
and
just do it.
I
Can't
can't
just be
just
like a
yeah.
download into your phone. It can't be. It's
No,
not nothing
no,
like that. It has to be a
no.
hardware.
Yeah,
They don't have a
it's a
portable version of it.
basically what it is. It's an antenna. You it comes with an antenna, and you mount the antenna outside of the truck somewhere, and then you run like the cable inside the truck to the
Damn,
actual signal.
ethereal cord. Damn.
You run the coaxial cable into the signal booster deal, and I think it connects to your phone. I think it just connects to your phone, like the signal strength, and like like that way, like through via Bluetooth or something like that. I have to go back on there and read it, but yeah,
Yeah.
like I would
Well, look
have
it
to
up and
get a
see what else they have. See if they have something that's portable that you can just like throw in your seat. That's an antenna.
yeah,
Some shit
yeah,
like
because I
that.
would have to run a coaxial well, basically mount the antenna outside the truck, and then run the coaxial cord into the truck. You know what I'm saying? And so like they inspect our trucks when we're not in them, and I don't know, one of them bullshit ass mechanics may be like, oh, this is not company issued equipment, and take my shit off the truck. You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah.
Yeah. What up, JT? How you
Oh,
feel,
bro, we
man?
cool. We cooling, man. How everybody doing?
Pretty
Good, man.
good, man.
Chilling,
How you
chilling.
doing, bro?
Oh, we cooling.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, what's been on your mind, man? I sent you some videos during the week. Did you catch any of that stuff?
Yeah, yeah, I caught that.
I have no idea what I sent y'all because I know I overloaded. I sent way more to Pat than I did to y'all because and I've been trying to send shit to Doc too. Doc, did you get any of my shit I sent on Facebook Messenger, or is there another way that I can send you stuff? Let me know, Doc. Because the thing is, I be wanting y'all to be more prepared about what we're gonna talk about. Because really, I prepare for the whole week between Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I prepare for the week worth of shows, and I send all the topics, the videos that cover the topics that I want to talk about. I send them. Me and Pat's been doing this for a while, and I kind of added Deuce onto it, and so now well, shit. I've been sending them to JT, and hopefully I can get them to Pat because y'all be on the show all the time. So then, if y'all had already seen some of the stuff that I'm talking about, it makes it easier for me to not have to play so much of the videos and y'all already have a perspective on some of the stuff.
Right.
So, what did I send? What did I send you? Do you remember what did I send you that you watched or that stood out to you, or do you have any comment or anything? 'Cause like I said, right now I don't have no idea. You talk about it, maybe I'll pull it up. But I went over
Uh,
a lot of shit.
what it was? It was some lady. She was talking about hell, she was talking about. Hold up.
Yeah, I don't know what I sent you. Look at this. It says, "Quick reminder that this was a cautionary tale, not a guide. This is just a GIF, but this is a animation. I think it goes way back because I've seen this animation before. I think it goes way back to maybe the 90s, maybe even earlier, of like nuclear fallout, world nuclear fallout, how it could freaking happen. Fucking crazy. And they keep interviewing Zelensky so fucking much in the news. All I'm hearing is fucking interviews with Zelensky. Can we hear some interviews with Putin? What I mean, at the very least, I mean, you agree with him or disagree with him. Can we hear what he has to say? What the fuck is the diplomacy? You know what I'm saying? I saw a clip where they asked, they said the stuff that Putin said, and Zelensky was like, "Oh, he's just crazy. He's talking nonsense. He just wants to conquer the country." Da 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 da. He didn't address any of the stuff that he said. Like he took completely just diverted.
Yeah.
So, and that's the same thing the media is doing, and they keep on interviewing him. And in every interview, he doesn't say anything. He says the same shit over and over and over, but he doesn't really say anything.
Well, I
Where are
mean,
the? Go
they're
ahead.
gonna keep interview. I feel like they're gonna keep interviewing Zelensky because of the simple fact that he's pushing their narrative.
Yeah.
He's pushing that narrative. With and also, he wants to be part of. It's like he wants the country to be a part of NATO so bad, and it's just all of that bull crap. So
Well, it's more complicated than NATO, but yeah, but he's a puppet. He's definitely a puppet. There's other people that's pulling the strings, and Zelensky is a mouthpiece
yeah,
for the powers that be, the ones that want things to be as how they want things to be over there.
Sirens every day in the chat is just help, help, please, can you help us out, please, please, can anybody help? There's parents there, there's children there, and they're trapped there, and it's
The Mabe student, when Russia invaded Ukraine, she decided to flee immediately.
when the news came about what happened in Kiev, we were scrambling to get like supplies together because we knew we had to leave. The next day, there were sirens that went off, so we immediately decided to leave. We left everything and we headed to the border of Romania.
It took Corinne 4 days to reach Romania. Once she safely crossed the border, Corinne focused on helping others who are still trapped in Ukraine.
So the day the news broke out, I instantly thought about the African community in Ukraine because I knew nobody would prioritize what was going to happen to us. So I started creating Telegram chats so that people could communicate and think of ways to get out, and sharing resources on Twitter, along with trying to find my own way out. The students on the ground in Sumi have been like raising their concerns with me about what is happening. So far we've been able to find 1,000 students, but there's still some students that we're not in touch with, and the number is growing every single day.
Corinne says the students in Sumi are trying to stay safe.
So currently they're all packed into like little areas in hostels together because it's not safe. We've been told that they're now running out of food. In the shops, there's just snacks. They're too scared to leave to even go get more food. So the situation is very, very serious. Like it's very dire. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired of the journey itself, but I'm also increasingly like, it's really, really upsetting me, like speaking to students every day who are crying out for help. And I know that I've managed to cross over to the other side, and I can't help those people by myself.
Current's plan to organize buses for people to get out was quickly abandoned due to safety
I realized
concerns.
that trying to put the buses together ourselves without any support from any convoy or anybody who can assure their safety after me, we may be actually putting their lives in danger. So now we're just trying to raise awareness of the situation and appeal for help at the powers at be.
Just sent him $1 billion. Joe Biden did.
Not to no damn fucking African students that's trying to get out of Ukraine, and he did not.
He spent somewhere over there in Ukraine. Oh, to the soldiers.
Well, wherever it went, I can pretty much guarantee you it didn't go to them. Because they could be organizing a convoy, like what she was saying. The whole issue is they don't have a safe way out. So the U.S. could totally help them get out. Let me play a bit more of this. It's on the same topic. Try not to put y'all to sleep. Y'all look awake though.
Yeah, I'm up, man. I just did a lot of grocery shopping and shit.
Cold, bitterly cold queues at border crossings.
British student Corinne Sky, who was studying medicine in Ukraine, spent 3 days trying to escape the country. Once she reached the front of the queue, though, she was subjected to racist abuse and forced to join a slower queue with other non-white people.
It's a story that keeps coming up, actually. And Corinne joins us now. She's back in the UK. You've been back since Thursday, I think, haven't you? And you've brought along with you a barrister, Patricia Daly, who is also helping other students to leave. You've been raising money, haven't you, to help them through. Corinne, just to explain, you're a British citizen, but you chose to study in Ukraine. Just explain why, because I think viewers will be thinking, why did you go to Ukraine in the first place?
Yeah, so my lifelong dream has always been to be a doctor. So when I found out that it was actually way more affordable to study in Ukraine, I opted to go to Ukraine. Like the school fees in this country are extortionate along with the cost of living. So the opportunity to study somewhere else more affordably and also like learn a different culture was really appealing to me.
Yeah. And of course, you've had a good time in general since how long have you been in Ukraine studying?
I'd been in Ukraine for almost a year this time.
Yeah.
It was an amazing time. I was really like building a community. There's a large community of international students. So I had like a community of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So I really like was enjoying that part of it.
And so explain what happened when, obviously, as with 2 million other people, students in particular, were trying to get out. Where did you go? How did you get there? And what was the experience that you had?
Okay, so originally our plan was to go to Poland. So I set up some Telegram chats so that students could communicate with one another.
Telegram, just in case people at home are watching, it's a platform. It's like a social media platform. It's called Telegram. It's not necessarily used by lots of people, but it's a really good way of communicating.
Yes, it allows you to have like large groups of people in one place. And in Eastern Europe, that's generally the way of communicating. So we were all in these group chats trying to like find out how to get out of Ukraine. And when the war broke out, information dissemination was really slow. Things were changing by the minute. So being in those groups, we could keep like up to date with what was going on. So we left Dnipro the day after Kyiv was bombed, when the air sirens started going off, and we headed to Lviv. Lviv is in western Ukraine. It's like the closest place in Ukraine to the borders. So on our way there, like we saw armed police officers, there was like military everywhere, and we had to go through several military checkpoints. And that was really scary because I know like during a war, military checkpoints are targeted. So every time we had to stop and have our car checked and show our documents, it was so scary. Once we finally reached Lviv, it was supposed to be, I think like a 10-hour drive, but it took 24 hours. When we got to Lviv, I was coordinating with Patricia,
y'all hear me, bro?
the students within
Yes, I can hear you.
group
Okay,
chat.
awesome.
And once we got there, there was several students who were looking for accommodation. So people were stopping over in Lviv before they headed off to their borders. So we checked the students into hostels. So in the hostels, the girls were now reporting incidences of racism when they're trying to leave Ukraine, and some of the students had already reached the Polish border. So our original aim was to go to Poland. But after all those like reports, I thought, this is the last thing we want to be dealing with. So let's aim to go to Romania. So we left to go to Romania. On the way to Romania, we were stopped by armed civilians who like took out a gun on us and told us that if you don't leave now, we'll shoot. And then when we finally got to the back of the queue, so it was 9 kilometers from the Romanian border, that's when we ended up spending, I think it was 2 days in the car queue.
So the queue to get over the border was 9 kilometers?
It was 9 kilometers,
so
but
that
we
was
spent
taking
2 days.
2 days to get to the border, so to get to the front of the queue.
To get to the front of the queue. And it's like, if you imagine like a motorway, there's no shops, there's nothing. And we just had the snacks that we'd carried and the clothes on our back.
And just to be clear, were you and native Ukrainians, and in this case, I suppose you would say white, because you're talking about them picking you out of the queue. Were you all in the same queue?
So this is the part I want to be like explicit about, right? In the car queue, there was Ukrainian people, and there were, I didn't see any other Black people in the car queue, but there was just mainly Ukrainian people. So once we got to the front of the queue, we were told to exit the car queue by a male civilian told us to exit the car queue. So I came out of the car to speak to the military, because I thought the military are there to support the civilians, because I didn't understand why we were being told to leave the car queue. The military told us to leave the car queue, so we took the car out of the car queue and we waited to see if the situation could be resolved.
Did they say why they wanted you to leave the queue?
They didn't say why. So I thought it was to de-escalate the situation. So once we left the car queue, a man went and started circling the car and pointing to the pedestrian queue. Now, the pedestrian queue was just as long, but it was just non-white Ukrainian people. So I was confused as to why we're being told, once we've reached a queue that we'd been in for 2 days, why we're now being told to join a further. There were no Ukrainian people in that queue.
And they couldn't explain to you why they were doing it? I think, the Ukrainian ambassador was speaking at the Home Affairs Select Committee, and he confirmed that he's aware of some of the issues that have problems have arisen. As he says, when foreigners appear to be prioritised for evacuation, it's been raised many times, Ukraine is a very homogenic society, not many people with different races on the streets. Foreigners do stick out of the crowd. It doesn't mean we are racist, is what he says. We don't want it to happen. Problems arise when foreigners are prioritised over women and children of Ukrainian citizenship who are trying to get on the same trains or trying to get through the borders.
Of course, you're a woman.
I'm a woman, so that was my argument. Because even when the man was cycling the car, he tried to lunge for me, and the military at no point intervened, which I found very, very odd.
And so the queue for the non-white refugees, essentially, fleeing war, was much, much longer than the car queue, and you were on foot, and it's freezing cold.
And it's freezing cold.
And so and Patricia, you're here obviously because this is Corinne's story, and eventually you got through, but you didn't want to make a fuss because you just wanted to keep going, didn't you? But you were documenting it as you were going, because you knew then that you were experiencing racism.
Yes.
And this was from the Ukrainians who were managing the border, not the Romanians or the Poles, as you were saying. Patricia, what is the widespread concern, and what is that experience very common that you're finding in all the people that you're trying to help who are still trying to leave?
Yeah, from very early on, the students were complaining that certain borders were not allowing them to go through. They were being sent back into the Ukrainian cities where obviously there was bombing and there was shellings happening. It was a common consensus with the students that they were experiencing racial discrimination when they were boarding trains, being asked to exit trains, and also being told to wait last before boarding the trains until all the Ukrainian nationals had boarded. So it was a shared consensus, and we had to almost work out which points to send the students in order to not waste their journey and make the journey worth traveling to and make sure that they can get to safety.
Absolutely disgraceful, really. That
Corinne, had you experienced anything like this in the year and a half that you'd been in Ukraine at all?
No, I never experienced that. But I said before, I always assumed that, Ukrainian people, they're very quiet. It's a different kind of culture in Ukraine, so I never attributed it to racism. I just thought that it's a different culture, so I'm not going to say, oh, And also, there's the language barrier. As majority of people, they speak Ukrainian or Russian, so I just assumed that, oh, they're not really going to speak to foreigners because there's that language barrier.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose the key aim is just to get people out, isn't it? The students who are there. We know from when, in peaceful times when footballers play anywhere in Eastern Europe, the stories of,
It can be an
racism
occasion.
is huge in that part of the world. And I'm very sorry that you had that experience, but it's really important we carry on telling these stories, because this is obviously something that isn't going to go away whilst there are many, many Black and foreign students trying to leave a war zone. So thank you for coming in, and we're glad you're safe and home. And we hope that, Patricia, you're raising money to try and help other students leave, aren't you? And good luck with that. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Now we have some breaking news for you. The Deputy Mayor of Mariupol, Sergei Orlov, has confirmed that 17 were injured and 3 were killed, including one young girl in Mariupol after that awful, horrific bombing of a maternity hospital yesterday.
Yeah, those extraordinary graphic images that we've been showing you since that bombing of that children's hospital. Sergei Orlov will be joining us. He's the Deputy Mayor of Mariupol. He's going to be joining us, and he can explain exactly what they are going through there in Mariupol. It seems like it's a city.
Yeah, that's the whole different issue. But I saw buildings getting hit, but it was people. It was enemy combatants held up in these buildings. So that's what they do. And they be talking about they bombed a school or they bombed a hospital. Sometimes the militants, they take up in those places, and that's what they do. They take over those places to hide. And you have to know the whole story then to just be like, they bombed a hospital or a school. But was it students in that school? Was it was it people in the hospital, or was it the damn gorillas or whatever in there? You there,
Yeah.
JT? What do you think about, or Deuce? Any one of y'all? What do y'all think about this? Like the 2 videos, Ukrainian students still haven't gotten out, and then this lady telling her testimony of her racism that she experienced at the border. And she said it was from the Ukrainian people who were doing it.
Yep. I mean, the thing about it is, bro, we see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I say, like, they're white people, but as Black people, bro, we face odds, and we face racism from people that's not even considered what you would consider to be European or white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we face that shit from on so many levels, bro, from so many different races, and it's like,
well, I think you can't blanket it. I think that there's a reason why it's the particular Ukrainian people that's doing it is because of like I say, they've been infiltrated with Nazis. And it's probably not the majority of the Ukrainian people. I think it's not. I think it's a minority of them. But these people are in positions of power. They're in the military, border crossings, or whatever the hell.
I
So,
mean, yeah,
yeah.
I mean that's true. But we don't know that if it's actual Ukrainian or if it's actual Nazis. So we can only go off of what these children or what these students are experiencing out there when they're trying to get the safety. And to me, it's like, I get it that they're trying to get Ukrainian citizens and this and this and that out of harm's way, yada yada yada, whatever, which have you. But at the end of the day, you telling me that these African kids' lives don't matter?
I know.
So it's
That's what
like,
hurts.
no matter how you look at that shit, bro, it's fucked up. That's just like being over here in America. If that shit was happening over here and we're fleeing to the borders, and then they don't let Chinese people out. Because they're not citizens. Nah, man.
Let me read the comments. Doc says you would think the Democrats will help them, like the convoys crossing the border, well, at least the southern border. A 9K line queue is just shy of 6 miles. Nigga, they made her stand in a 6 mile line on foot, probably in the snow, after she was in a car. She probably had heat on in the car. Get out of your car and go stand in this walking line. You can cross the border over there with the other brown people. If that shit don't piss you off, man, it don't matter what color you are, what ethnicity you are. And that's what I be talking about all the time. Like I say, they come, you let them come for these people, you let them come for those people, you let them come for them. Well, who's to say when the day comes, they come for your motherfucking ass? Don't let them come for nobody, and then you ain't got to worry about them coming for your ass. We gotta and that's real. We got to protect each other to protect ourselves. Don't protect humanity. Protect humans. Human rights.
Yeah. Like I say, bro, it's sad. You know, it's sad, bro. I just wonder, like, there's really nothing that their government can do either, huh?
Well, that's another argument. There's a lot of dimensions to this. Somebody said something about that. Who said it? Putin. Was it Putin? Yeah, Putin was like, man, y'all African countries are weak. Y'all won't stand up to these Western nations and shit like that. Somebody else said some shit like that too. A black guy said it. But yeah, so they're scared, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I would think that and that is a finger to point, because that is a part of this. Because if I'm the leader of my country, let's say, name the country, and I have students that's stuck in a war zone or whatever, and it becomes like a media thing, and this is definitely gonna make me look bad. Bro, I'm finna make it my I'm gonna definitely put forth effort, and I'm gonna make sure that effort is loud and gets pictures and shit. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, it's a photo op for him. But I guess they're scared. That's an interesting question, Deuce. That's very interesting. Why isn't the home countries of these students doing more to facilitate them getting the fuck out?
But I also, and it could be because, I don't know, just from what I understand or or what I've been told and kind of read up on, the African government, they kind of idolize the Western world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They idolize the Western powers that be in the way that they handle things. So it could just be one of them things.
Right. And
Well, fuck
that's
it,
And that's the worst. That makes my stomach hurt. Like, that makes me want to throw up. That's the worst fucking thing. That idea that the Europeans are better, like the colonizers are better, like, they won. Their system is better. They're smarter. Their technology is more superior. We should just go on and submit to them. And whatever they're doing, like, you should have just don't get in their way. Like, you did some. What did you do? Why they fucking with you? Well, I guess you fucked up by you the one chose to go to Ukraine and go to school. Like, that's a horrible ass fucking attitude.
Yeah, I mean, they may have chose to go there, but we all know to go to school in Africa, unless you fucking rich or have a shit ton of money, you're not going to school, bro. Because
well, they have
so
some schools in Africa, but yeah, it's see, the thing is about being educated abroad, you become more intellect. Like, you learn a lot more if you learn in another whole, because you get to learn a whole other cultures and shit. Like, it's just an intense way of learning to go to another country and do it. Let me read Doc's comments. He says the African government told them they were on their own. We had an article a week or two ago about that. Yeah, and I saw that, and that's some whole ass shit. That's some whole ass fucking shit. Shame on you, African countries who said, "Fuck my students that's stuck in Ukraine."
Much money on these original programming you got going.
Let me play this. Lighten the mood a bit.
The party's over. It was fun while it lasted. But the party's over. You just had your login and your password all throughout the community. Whoever needed it, you gave it to. You always have somebody's login to fall back on. Netflix is cracking down. Netflix must need some money, man, because they done raised the price every month. And now they doing this. Y'all spending too much money on these original programmings you got going. Paying everybody $5 million a season. Now you're being a tight ass in the community, man. Let us share the password and the login. I have always used my own account, my own login, and my own password. So feel free to do as you wish, Netflix. I'm legit. Oh.
So it says Netflix is testing a fee for subscribers sharing passwords with people outside their household. So I think this is another way to pinch the middle class, and Netflix keep raising the price anyways. Fuck it, y'all. Just don't watch TV. Cancel your fucking Netflix account. That shit trash anyway. There ain't nothing on there. Stop watching TV. Look at this meme right here. It says 90s babies living through Y2K, 9/11, a plague, 2 economic recessions, and possibly World War III before they hit 30.
Yeah. That's crazy as fuck.
And the TV is just a distraction for y'all anyways. Fucking that's how they get y'all with the damn propaganda anyways, man. Just turn that shit off, man.
That nigga say stop watching TV. That nigga JT over there watching some bad bitch on the TV screen right now.
No, I ain't watching nothing, man.
He looking at that hoe with that BBL right now. He over there like, yeah, that bitch sure look good. Fuck these niggas on TV. They need to see what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, nah, we you know it's our distraction, and it's to keep you on the hamster wheel. You know, one of the things I think. Look, this is deep right here. Okay, I want y'all to think about this. One of the reasons why you have these TV shows, like it's a popular TV show, and supposedly everybody's watching it. The whole point is to have conversation with people at work. Like, oh, I can't talk about it because I haven't watched it, so I need to go watch this show so that I could talk about it with the people at work. And so the flip side of this is I'll be talking about how, like, you know, the unapproved conversations at work, like all the stuff we talk about on this show, race, spirituality, and politics, you can't talk about none of that shit at work unless you want to get fired. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, talking about a TV show is a totally approved conversation, and the whole office can get involved in it. Even the bosses and the lower level people, the janitors, all the different levels of the people that's work there can all talk about this TV show, and it kind of puts them on this kind of like level playing field, if you will, of being able to have a conversation. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Like, you know, just like we were saying about the journalism, how Amy Goodman is saying stuff that we know she got to know is not true. So why is she saying this shit? And the best defense that Aaron Mayte said was she wants to be part of the crowd. She don't want to be ostracized. She don't want to be alienated. So then, you know, when you, just like the coffee shops, you go to the coffee shop, you go to Starbucks or the water cooler or wherever the hell you go and have the, you know, conversation with other people, and then y'all talk about approved conversations, like, you know, a damn TV show. Or if you talk about something more intense like Russia, then you have to have a certain particular narrative and opinion on it for it to be approved conversation. So, because like Lindsey Graham talking about somebody should assassinate Putin, that should be enough. They fucking killed Alex Jones' whole platform and Donald Trump's whole platform for saying less shit than that. But it's approved for him to say that. That is not okay. It's not okay for him to say that shit. And so, but because the narrative, it goes with the narrative, it's approved. So that's what I mean by like the coffee shop conversation, the water cooler conversation, the talking about the TV show, the weather, sports. Who won the last football game? These are all the approved conversations. So, you have to watch the football game. You have to watch the football game so you can know, what happened so that you could talk about it in front of the water cooler. Do y'all get how this is like a construct of control? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Comments, please. Let me read the comments. He says Netflix login thing is only in 3 countries, not ours. Oh, thank God. I don't even think I pay for Netflix. From Netflix website, in the coming weeks, Netflix will begin offering subscribers in Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru the option to add as many as 2 people to sub accounts at a monthly fee of $2 to $3. I guess it's not too bad. I mean, I guess it feels like you was raping them by giving out the logins. People gonna find another way around it anyways. I hate this shit. A lot of this shit they charge you for should be free anyways. I think Wi-Fi is becoming a utility and it should be free and also owned by the people. I think they should use public funds to build the infrastructure for Wi-Fi so that every single person can have Wi-Fi at no fee or a nominal fee. Like it'll be like a tax, like a really low price and a good speed Wi-Fi. Don't put it on some old bullshit where the regular Wi-Fi is fucked up and don't nobody want it, so you got to pay for it to benefit the private companies. No, make it a broadband, high-speed Wi-Fi that everybody can have in every household. We'll have more productive citizens. It'll be a tool that people can use to value their life. Nowadays, if you can't get on the internet, you really can't even do nothing. Like as far as work, a lot of the stuff, everything that's happening is happening online. So people to be able to, they can connect with people around the world, sell their businesses, their products and services.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about all that?
I mean, I never really looked at it in that way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like because the thing with Netflix was to be able to, it was a way for you not to have to spend as much money on buying DVDs where you could rent them and they would send you so many at one time. I think like up to 5 movies, right? At one time. And it was something that people love, and they continue to love it with, the Netflix originals, all of the TV shows and different things that you want to watch. So, I mean, like I say, bro, I've never really looked at it in that way. I've never thought about Wi-Fi being free for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I
Or
really don't know.
at a low price because it's a utility like
I
water.
mean, it's pretty cheap depending on who you go with. If
Nah,
you live in an
bullshit.
area where you can get like if you can go through like Frontier and get the fiber optic
They robbing my
Wi-Fi,
ass, and I'm supposed to
uh,
have the top of the line, best of the best, and my fucking be doing my show, and sometimes my shit be freezing up. My shit should never freeze up, especially all the fucking money I'm paying for this shit.
but it could be like the pixels or the screen, the streaming is what the difference. I mean, who do you have as a provider?
Xfinity.
Okay, yeah, I have Xfinity as well, and actually we've been looking at canceling the cable with them and
The
just keeping
cable is
our
way too
internet.
expensive. My mom
Bro,
and
my
them.
bill is like damn near $300 a month, bro. So
Cable
we're
is so
thinking,
ridiculous. That's it.
and
They
that's for
so out of
cable,
date.
home alarm,
That's how they be
all that
fucking
shit.
themselves. Because that's what happened to Blockbuster Video. Because they was just straight robbing niggas. And niggas got tired of that shit. And another model came along and basically and then they didn't jump on the streaming shit fast enough. But what I mean is when you be robbing people like the cable, my mom and them turned off cable. Everybody is turning off cable. It doesn't even make sense to pay for fucking cable. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
would just
saying?
keep my Wi-Fi, man. I got a buddy of mine. He sells this cable, like they hook it up through like as long as you got Wi-Fi. But he sells this cable. It's some device that's kind of like a Fire Stick, but like you can get every channel, every movie, like everything for like 30 some bucks a month, 40 some bucks a month. along with your Wi-Fi. Cause like I think Xfinity told me to have unlimited Wi-Fi is like $100 a month, you know. But where they
Yeah.
get you, that's like me and my wife was talking about that. I'm like, man, you think about it, right? We cancel the cable, we keep the internet. She was
But you got to
talking
get
about
the
you.
subscriptions. You got to get
She
the
was thinking,
HBO Max subscription.
yeah,
You got to
yeah.
get the damn
She was
Showtime
thinking about
subscription.
getting
A-
YouTube,
After you,
YouTube streaming TV, and I'm like, man, by the
well,
time you
YouTube,
pay seventy
YouTube, you
dollars a
could.
month for YouTube, plus the Netflix and the Disney Plus and all that other shit,
It's gonna
you
add up
damn
to
near
the
paying the cable bill.
more than the cable bill probably if you add up all the different subscriptions. Because I have a HBO Max subscription that I pay for, and I have the Hulu because it goes with my Spotify. So, but that don't cost that much. But I have to have my Spotify. That's how I listen to my music.
But let
And
me,
you know,
how much do you pay for everything? Subtitle,
don't get
everything that you.
don't get me to line, bro. But that's why I want to think about it here. I know I pay for the HBO. I stopped playing for Showtime. Do I have another one that's on TV that I pay for? I do pay for YouTube. So whatever the YouTube premium that thing is, I pay for that. So the YouTube premium, the Hulu mixed with Spotify, and the HBO Max. Those are my. That's it for TV subscriptions for me. The rest of the
Okay.
shit, I have other people because I think I use somebody else's Disney Plus and somebody else's Netflix.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
like I
wouldn't pay
say,
for
bro,
Netflix anyways. I don't
it's
know
only
why.
like $14 a month. It's not really expensive, and I'll be honest with you, bro. I actually like Netflix because it has a lot of the shit on it that I like to watch. You know, I'm not a real big movie buff. You know, I don't watch a whole lot of sitcoms
I
and
get
TV
I
shows and
get
stuff
bored with
like that.
Netflix so fast. If you watch Netflix for a month, you done seen everything on there.
Hey, hey,
unless
man,
you
let me get
watching
your
those. Go ahead.
let me get your HBO Plus, man. I think
And
I
night
got your
Alifa is using it.
Hey, I got
Yeah,
I got HBO Max.
you got it. Yeah, I share with
Yeah.
Alifa. So yeah, that's really kind of the reason why I bought it. She liked to watch TV too, and so I don't watch TV. I don't watch it. But if I do want to sit down, HBO has some pretty good fucking stuff on there. So I kind of fuck with HBO. So, but YouTube is the only thing I really watch. Like that's the subscription that I would never even think about not paying for, bro. Like that one is going forever.
Yeah, I think YouTube is like I think my wife says like for to do the live streaming, like to watch TV and everything through YouTube, I think she said it's like $69 a month or some shit like that. It's not like very expensive.
I don't know how much I pay. I ain't gonna lie, but I have the YouTube Premium. I know
I don't
I
care.
can,
I'll
I
just pay for the cable and let her pay for them damn subscriptions because I don't watch TV no way, bro.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you. My day
Just
and a
let her
half that I'm
choose,
that I'm
and
at home, I don't even I don't
and
even have
that's
time to sit
And
down
that's
and
what I
watch
tell my
TV.
mom and them. That's the way they should do it because my mom and like, see, they having the trying to figure out how they want to deal with it, the situation, because they turned off cable, and so but they've been watching regular ass TV and shit, and so I told my mom like you just need to pay for the subscriptions for the actual stuff that you watch. You know, she likes to watch tennis or whatever, then she needs to pay for a subscription that's gonna
Like
give her
Sportsnet,
those.
like ES, like all. She should just buy the whole ESPN package, which will only be like $10 or $15 a month,
And that's
and
how
she'll
you
be able
do
to
it.
watch all of that shit.
You
She'll be
because
able to
that's
watch
what
the
you really want.
tennis,
You think about because that's the problem. You on cable and you just scrolling and flipping through and you don't know what you watch. But everybody knows you end up watching the same stuff that you be watching, and all the rest of
bro.
that shit on the cable you are not watching. So you just think
Bro,
about
I'm
what
gonna
you
tell you.
actually watching and get a subscription to that
I
channel.
watch 3 channels. We got Xfinity, and we got every channel they offer. We got every channel that they offer, bro. And I watch 3 channels. I watch the Food Network channel. I watch if and this is if I have the opportunity to actually watch TV. I watch Food Network channel. I watch HGTV, which shows the different home builders and how and
Yeah,
people
I
restoring
watched
how
that.
looking for houses. And then I watch Motor. It used to be Velocity Channel, but now it's called Motor Trend Television. I watch that. Watch like the guys that do the custom cars and stuff like that's dude. If I watch TV, that is what I watch. And I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. The day and a half that I'm at home, I don't even have time to watch TV. I may every now and then catch a show with my wife. You know what I'm saying? If she's watching something, like it's just like even if I take out for a week vacation, I don't even watch TV because I'm doing
Yeah.
stuff with the wife. I'm doing stuff
Right.
with the
You don't have
kids.
time. So, but I
Yeah, bro.
reckon you
I don't
got
even know
money
what the
though.
fuck is
So
out
when you
there.
do want to sit down and watch TV, you should have the option because that's how I look at it too. Because I don't watch TV, but if I do, because sometimes I might want to watch a movie or something. So you know what I mean? Niggas like me and you, we grown men. You know what I'm saying? We handle our fucking business. So we deserve
Yeah,
to, if you do, even if you don't never watch it, you should have the option there when you want to sit down. So, whatever, like I say, just subscribe to the couple of
the
ones
stuff you
that you
like.
actually watch. So that shit'll be there when you want to fucking watch it. Doc
I feel
says
that.
I have HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, Disney, and Amazon, but the Amazon pays for itself each much with free delivery and cheap shopping. That's what the
Yeah,
fuck they sell y'all on that shit with. I don't agree with that. With internet, it's about $100 a month because fucking Amazon, bruh. They bundle everything, and I don't have it. And sometimes I be tripping out. Like my baby mama, Nice Kenzie's mom, she got Amazon, and she uses that shit a lot. I think it's a package here that she ain't picked up. Anyways, she uses Amazon a lot, and the Amazon Prime, the Amazon Move. Like when I be at her house and she scrolls on her screen, the Amazon does have some good programming on their network. So I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's one of the ways. I don't want to be all on the internet ordering shit off of Amazon because I feel like I'll be in the matrix, and I think that's part of what's destroying the world. Amazon, we wanting packages in fucking 24 hours and shit from around the world. I think that's why I don't want to partake in that. Not to judge anyone, but
yeah. I love it,
um,
bro.
but
I'm
the
not gonna
TV
lie. It
shows,
helps. It helps. If your kid comes home and be like, "Dad, I need this shirt for school on Friday and it's fucking Tuesday and you know you can't get it in a store anywhere, you can go on Amazon and order it, bro, and it'll be to your house in a couple of days. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But
It's like,
I think that convenience is what's destroying the planet. Doc says you can bundle Hulu, Disney, ESPN for like $25 a month. So yeah, and they do have those bundle deals, and I think that's the best way to do it. I hate to sound like a fucking ad, but if you're gonna watch, you figure out which apps you want to watch, and then look for a bundle deal with those apps. And that's the best
yeah,
way to do it, just because everybody's gonna pay for Wi-Fi anyways. So you pay for your Wi-Fi, and then you just choose what the fuck you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Me is
yeah,
YouTube. Like my YouTube. I don't know how much I pay for it, but like I can exit out the screen and be doing other shit while it's playing. I can play it on the TV. I can move it from my phone to the TV. I mean, it's totally interactive. I don't think I have it as far as movies because it'll ask me for money. I think for each movie, like, but you could pay rent a movie for 2 days or whatever. That's how it is on there. Let me hear his jokes on the gas prices. This guy's funny to me.
Y'all can just set up a little monthly installment plan. Yo, what you mean in installments? I thought that's what we've been doing. 5 on 8, 2 on 6, 1 on 2. Those are installment payments right there. We've been doing this. What you mean installments? I thought that's what we came with what we can afford. This is how you know the gas prices are only getting worse. They about to get worse from here. They like, hey man, y'all can just set up a little monthly installment plan to come get your little gas because it's about to be $9 a gallon, y'all. Chevron was my first credit card ever, man. You couldn't tell me nothing in Chevron, man. Gas on me, y'all. I got the card. I maxed that mug out in 2 weeks. And then I couldn't pay the bill. My first debt. But for real, though, what they mean by installments? I thought it was installments this whole time. 3 on 6. That's an installment for your ass.
Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So what we gonna do?
We want you to be an activist. And don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley.